Bhagavatam ki jai. Narayanam namaskrutyam naram chaiva narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirahet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktirabhavati Naishtaki. Rudraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 29th chapter, shloka number 15. Kapila Dev is explaining to Mata Devotee about the bhakti process. So bhakti has to be done in the mode of sattva guna, which is without expecting any material expectations or attachments. Okay. Further, Kapila Dev is explaining about the process of bhakti and how one can achieve perfection in process of bhakti. So here is the shloka. Kapila Dev is saying, Nishevitena animitena swadharmena mahiyasya kriya yogena shastena atihinsrena nityasha. So, nishevitena animitena. Animitena means without attachment to the results. Swadharmena, one should perform one's prescribed duty. Mahiyasha kriya yogena. Kriya yogena is devotional activities. Shastena atihimshrena, without excessive violence. Nityasha. Translation. You can read the translation.
A devotee must execute his prescribed duties, which are without material profit. Without excess violence, one should regularly perform one's devotional activities.
I'll just a little bit enlarge so that you can see it, okay? So now it's saying that a devotee must execute his prescribed duty, which are glorious, without material profit. So whatever the duties we perform, should not expect any material profits from it. And at the same time, we should not perform excessive violence. One should regularly perform one's devotional activities. So these are some of the instructions by Kapila Dev to Mata Devotee. So how should a devotee perform his prescribed duty?
Without expecting any material returns.
A devotee must execute the prescribed duty which are glorious without material profit. And second question, what else one should do? One should, without excessive violence, one should regularly perform devotional. So these are two things mentioned here as activities or duties of a devotee. What are the two duties of devotee? Must execute his prescribed duty without material desires and without excessive violence. Okay, these are the two things with devotion. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada ji is explaining the purport. Okay, you read the purport.
One is to execute his prescribed duties according to his social position as Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. The prescribed duties of the four classes of man in human society are also described in Bhagavad Gita. The activities of Brahmanas are to control the senses and to become simple, clean, learned devotees. The Kshatriyas have the spirit for ruling, they are not afraid on the battlefield, and they are charitable. The Vaishyas, or the mercantile class of men, trading commodities, protect cows, and develop agricultural produce. The Shudras, or labor class, serve the higher classes because they themselves are not very intelligent.
So here, four social orders, according to the duties, prescribed duties. It is not according to birth. You get the point? Brahmanas, they have certain activities or duties. Kshatriyas, they have certain activities or duties. Vaishyas also have duties and Kshudras also. But it is not by birth, it is by activities, right? So if somebody is born in a Brahmana family, but if he is not performing the Brahmana's duty, and what are the duties of Brahmana? Control the senses, become simple, clean, and learned. So if a Brahmana is not controlling the senses, if he is not clean and learned in Vedas, then he is not a Brahmana. You understand? If a Brahmana uh, is doing the business, then he's actually, if somebody is born in a Brahmana family but doing a business, then he's actually Vaishya. He's not a Brahmana. Understand? So these are the Lord Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita. Chatur Varnam Maya Shrishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Huh? So according to Guna and Karma, they are prescribed. So here is the complete explanation. So social class and the prescribed duty. Okay. So what is it saying? So recognize four social classes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And Brahmana's duty: understand the duties of Brahmana, controlling the senses, simplicity, cleanliness, and learning Vedas. Kshatriyas: understand the duties of Kshatriya are ruling, courage, and charity. Vaishyas: trade, protecting cows, and agriculture. And Shudras: serving the Brahmana, Vaishya, and Shudras, helping them. Basically, they are not like Shudra, but doesn't mean lower class. Shudra means that those who are helping Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. Actually, it is compared that Brahmanas like head, Kshatriyas like bhuja, arms, Vaishyas are like belly, and Shudras are like legs. Each part of the body is important. Understand? Like legs are important because if legs are not there, then how can you move? Arms are important. Belly is also important, and head is also important, right? So all these four social orders, they are not like casteism. Nowadays there is a caste system. People say that Brahmanas are higher than the Kshatriyas or Shudras. It's not like that. Brahmanas duty is different than Kshatriya duty. You understand? So these are the four divisions of society. Like in current society, what are the divisions? Like some are doctors, some are engineers, some are teachers, some are businessmen. This is modern system. But in the olden time, the system was like Lord Krishna had established. Brahmanas, they were guiding they knew the religious principles. So they will guide the Kshatriyas how to rule. Then Kshatriyas will take advice from Brahmana and also will give them protection to Brahmanas because Brahmanas need protection. So who will give them protection? Kshatriya will give protection. Then Kshatriya will protection to Vaishyas and Shudras also. In turn, Vaishyas will make grains and then they will distribute the grains, food, Krishi. Krishi means agriculture. They will produce the grain and distribute it to the Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Shudras because they are the mercantile class. Understand? They will also look after the cows, protect the cows. And then Shudras will help to everybody. Shudra doesn't mean lower class. Shudra is the one who is doing seva to everybody. So it's very important, right? Like Lord's feet are Shudras. And when we take darshan, how do we take darshan? We take from the feet first. So feet is very important because from Lord's feet we take the darshan up. So who is Lord's feet? Shudras are Lord's feet. So we respect them, right? It is not that in caste system in India, they made Shudras as untouchables. It's not like that. It is not like that. Everybody is respected as a part and parcel of Krishna. And it is not by birth. Kshatriya is not by birth. It is not that you are born in a royal family, so you become a king. Not like that. If you are not eligible, you cannot become a king. Understand? So next one. Can you read next?
From every position as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Swakarmana tam abhyarcha, one can serve the Supreme Lord by performing one's prescribed duty. It is not that only the Brahmanas can serve the Supreme Lord and not the Shudras. Anyone can serve the Supreme Lord by performing his prescribed duties under the direction of a spiritual master or representative of the Supreme Personality of God. No one should think that his prescribed duties are inferior. A Brahmana can serve the Lord by using his intelligence, and the Kshatriya can serve the Supreme Lord by using his military arts, just as Arjuna served Krishna. Arjun was a warrior. He had no time to study Vedanta or other highly intellectual books. The damsels in Brajdam were girls born of the Vaishya class, and they engaged in protecting cows and producing agriculture. Krishna's foster father Nand Maharaj and his associates were all Vaishyas. They were not at all educated, but they could serve Krishna by loving him and by offering everything to him. Similarly, there are many instances in which Chandalas or those lower than Shudras have served Krishna. Also, the sage Vidura was considered a Sudra because his mother happened to be a Sudra. There are no distinctions, for it is declared by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita that anyone engaged in specifically in devotional service is elevated to this transcendental position without a doubt. Everyone's prescribed duty is glorious if it's performed in a devotional service of the Lord without desire for profit. Such loving service must be performed without reason, without impediment, and spontaneously. Krishna is lovable and one has to serve him in whatever capacity one can. This is pure devotional service.
You see, examples are given that Shudras have also served, Vaishyas also served, Brahmanas have also served Lord Krishna. So everybody can serve Lord. Here, what are the examples given? So Vidura's example is given. Vidura was considered Shudra Putra, but he served Lord Krishna very nicely. Nanda Maharaj example is Vaishya, business class. He used to have lots of cows, but he served Krishna. So in this way, we can see that everybody can serve Krishna. So whatever is your social order, whether you're a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, whatever you are doing, you do it for pleasure of Krishna. Then your life is successful, right? So here is the path to Supreme Lord service. Prescribed duty, first perform your task, whatever the duty. Suppose you are a student, then you do your duty. Then take the guidance from the spiritual master. The next one is, with the guidance of spiritual master, then you serve the Lord, right? And when you're serving, serve it with love, devotion, without expecting any material benefits out of it. And then ultimately you will reach the topmost position, which is the transcendental position. You get the point? So this is the fourth step. But it starts with prescribed duty. Nobody can avoid his duty. If you say that I will not do my duty and want to be a devotee, it's not possible. It is not that you escape from your Lord Krishna did not ask Arjuna, you give up the war and become a devotee. What did Lord Krishna say? You do your prescribed duty and then you become a devotee. You understand this point? So whatever is your prescribed duty, your duty might be as a son or as a father or a mother or as a child, whatever is your duty. Then your duty as a Brahmana or duty as a Kshatriya or duty as a student or duty, whatever is your duty, you must do your, how you do your duty?
Without any material.
Very nice. And second?
And following the direction of scripture.
And third?
Aligned with social rule.
And for the pleasure of Krishna.
For the pleasure.
Very important part. You do your duty, prescribed duty, whatever it is, without material benefit, material attachment or material desires. And then at the same time, offer that duty to Krishna as a service. You understand this point? So here is the pyramid. So it starts first with prescribed duty. You have to do your duty very nicely. So if you're whatever is your role, do it very nicely under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Then perform your serve all the duties. You do it for Krishna, and then you will get Krishna. You cannot get Krishna just by going to the giving up your work. Understand? Make sense? Next one. Can you read that another significant phrase?
Another significant phrase in this verse is niti.
No ati himsrena. No ati himsrena.
Na ati himsrena, with minimum violence or sacrifice of life. Even if a devotee has to commit violence, it should not be done beyond what is necessary. Sometimes the question is put before us. You ask us not to eat meat, but you are eating vegetables. Do you think that is not violence? The answer is that eating vegetables is violence, and vegetarians are also committing violence against other living entities because vegetables also have life. Non-devotees are killing cows, goats, and so many other animals for eating purposes, and the devotee who is vegetarian is also killing. But here, significantly, it is stated that other living entity has to live by killing another entity. That is the law of nature. Jivo jivasya jivanam. One living entity is the life for another living entity, but for human being, that violence should be committed only as much as necessary. The human being is not to eat anything which is not offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yagna sista sina
Shanta. Yagna Shishta Shina Shantaha.
Yagna Shishta Sina Santaha. One becomes freed from all sinful reactions by eating foodstuffs which are offered to
Yagna.
Yagna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee therefore eats only prasad or foodstuffs ordered to the Supreme Lord.
Offer to.
The Supreme Lord.
Hmm.
And Krishna says that when a devotee offers him foodstuffs from vegetable kingdom with devotion, he eats that. A devotee is to offer for food, offer to Krishna foodstuffs prepared from vegetables. If the Supreme Lord wanted foodstuffs prepared from animal food, a devotee could offer this, but he does not order to do that.
You see here, now some people may say that, oh, you are a vegetarian, but you're also killing plants, right? So is not that killing? Of course, that is killing. But somehow or other, we have to survive. No? One living entity survives on other living entities. So jivo jivasya jivanam. Now, as we are killing the plants or the fruits or vegetables, so now we want to get rid of that sinful reaction. So then we say to Krishna, Krishna, I want to survive. Somehow or other, I'm taking these vegetables because I mean, I cannot survive. But you please accept this vegetables as my offering. Huh? Now, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what he says? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti pratam asnami prayata. The Lord Krishna says that you offer me patram pushpam phalam toyam. Patra means leaf, tulsi leaf, pushpa, flower, phalam, fruits, toyam, water. Krishna never asked meat, fish, eggs. Krishna is avoiding that. So we do not eat or offer those to Krishna because Krishna is pure vegetarian. And just to get rid out of sinful reaction, it says Yagna Shista Shina Shanta. This is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, where it says Yagna Shista Shina Shanto Kilbishe Muchantaha. So we have to get rid of our sinful reaction even from vegetarians food. You know? Vegetables are also killing. So we offer it to Krishna, take a blessing, and then eat it. We don't eat any food which is not offered to Krishna. Even it is vegetarian. So we are not vegetarians, we are prasadatarians, which means that we eat food which is prasad, which is offered to Krishna. Huh? So next one.
We have to commit violence, that is a natural law. We should not, however, commit violence extravagantly, but only as much as ordered by the Lord. Arjuna engaged in the art of killing, and although killing is, of course, violence, he killed the enemy simply on Krishna's order. In the same way, if we commit violence as it is necessary by the order of Lord, this is called nitihimsa. We cannot avoid violence, for we are put into conditional life in which we have to commit violence. But we should not commit more violence than necessary or than ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So here there is a word in the shloka, nati himsena. Ati means more, himsa means violence, na means not. So one should not do violence more than required. So what is required violence? That can be a question. Is violence? So this violence is always there in the life. You know, we are killing plants is also violence, but unjustified violence is not required. Like so, you can survive with the plants. Why to kill chicken and hen and fish and all? It is not required. So when there are two conditions in which violence is justified. One is to protect dharma as per the guidance of Lord Krishna. So Arjuna was doing the violence, but he was not doing for himself. He was doing it under the guidance of Lord Krishna because for the protection of dharma. So we have to. Violence is part of human life. You know, when you drive the car, like so many animals or insects are killed underneath your car. Is that right? When you boil the water, many bacteria are killed. Yes or no? So
Yes.
violence is part of
Life.
your life. Now you have to satatam kirtayantamam. That is why unknowingly when you're walking and some insect is killed, then that is a violence, right? So that is why we have to always keep on chanting Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Yeah.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then violence will overcome. So violence and divine order. So violence is a natural law, unavoidable in the conditional life, right? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
But there is limited violence allowed. You should not kill left, right, and center. So when do you do violence?
When Lord orders us or it's necessary.
When it is necessary only. Only means when just for taking vegetables is okay. You can't kill the chicken and hen and all those things. Huh? Arjuna's example is given as a violence. Arjuna killed the enemies on Krishna's order, demonstrating righteous violence, right? Na atihimsena. Violence committed by divine order is called na atihimsena, or it's called non-violence also. You understand? So, to summarize this whole thing is, let's summarize. What are the devotees' duty?
A devotee must perform his or her prescribed duties regularly and without attachment to the results.
This is the first take-home message from this. Huh? What is the second message?
Duties vary according to one's social position. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but all can be performed as service to the Lord Krishna.
All the duties must be performed as a service to Lord. Third one,
No duty is inferior if performed as devotional service. Bhakti, even those considered of lower social class, can attain spiritual perfection by performing their duties in devotion.
no duty is inferior. Suppose somebody says, okay, can you wash the washroom? That's okay, I will wash it. Why? Because it's for Krishna's service. I will remember Krishna while doing it. No duty is inferior. You understand this?
But hearing his name in washroom is not
No,
isn't
no,
that
you can chant Krishna's name anywhere, even in the toilet. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, we have been given this special mantra. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. The mantra is so powerful that it can purify you anytime. Always chant in your mind, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Even you are taking shower, you can chant it. You understand? Only thing that on the strength of mantra, you should not do sinful activities. You're chanting the mantra and you're pickpocketing or something like that, or doing something, taking drugs or alcohol. That is not allowed. Namna baladi yashahi papavrutti. You should not do the sinful activities on the strength of holy name. Otherwise, huh? So no duty is inferior if performed as a bhakti. Uh, Even those considered of lower class can attain spiritual perfection by doing that devotion. Next one,
one should perform duties with minimal violence or not causing harm more than necessary.
non-violence is the principle. Uh, but violence is part of it. What can we say, right? When we are cooking bhoga for Krishna, there are bacteria killed, plants are killed. So we pray to Krishna. But not excessive violence. No ati himsena. Huh? Next one.
Violence is often unavoidable in this world, as even eating vegetables takes time. But it should be limited to what is necessary and regulated by the Lord's instruction.
Regulated. Huh? Everything has to be regulated. Huh? Next one.
Offering food, devotees should eat only food prasada that is prepared from vegetables and offered to Lord as specified by Krishna.
Whatever is vegetarian food you prepare, you must offer. How do you offer it? So take it in a nice clean plate. Hmm. That plate is separate for Krishna. Take some water, picture of Krishna, deity of Krishna, offer it, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 11 times, and then take it. Okay, next one.
Anyone performing devotional service, regardless of birth or social status, is elevated spiritually.
Transcendental position. Anyone who is doing the devotional service, do not think them as a ordinary. They are transcendental. Okay. Attitude of service.
Service should be offered spontaneously, lovingly, and without motivation for material gain.
This is very important. While doing your service, your attitude is very important. Are you doing it for Krishna's pleasure or for getting something out of it? Example?
Example, Arjuna served as a warrior, gopis served through agricultural duties, Even those lower than Sudras, like sage Vidura, served Krishna.
Everybody served Krishna, right? So, summary.
Every action, when offered with devotion and according to the Lord's instruction, becomes auspicious and spiritually perfect.
So every action, whatever the action we have, we should offer it as a love and devotion to Krishna with all our heart and soul, and we should do it for pleasure of Krishna. Then it becomes auspicious, right? So this is a beautiful paragraph, right? So it helps us to understand the bhakti while in a day-to-day life. Huh? In our life also we can do it. While doing our duties, social order duties, we can do bhakti with this criteria. Okay, so this is Kapila Dev is explaining to Mata Devotee. We'll pause here, we'll continue tomorrow. Vindraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.